So I had a moment where I was like, I remember this like stunning blonde who would go and debate these people. She went and like got her gender changed, like just to show how easy it was. And then, when someone would say, you're the only woman, she was like, I actually identify as a man. So, yeah, I was wondering what happened to her, and YouTube read my mind, and something came up as like confronting Lauren Southern. I can't say her name right. I always thought it was Sutherland, but it's Southern. Yeah, and that's she got banned. She got banned from everything. She like this is like the opposite of what is supposed to happen when you have free speech. That's you're not supposed to be like beaten into submission. Like, that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be getting arrested. You're not supposed to be like having trouble traveling and like renting, and like it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. That's like, for her to be having trouble getting a job, that she should be working in the Senate. Like, that's the type of person that we need in that type of position. Like, or she might just be meant to be a journalist and like uncover these things. And we can't be like scaring away these people who are willing to do the footwork to finding the truth. Like, that's apparently her like Wikipedia page is like trashed. People need to stand up for people like this. It's not fair. Of course I was too scared to say something back then, and I would never ever argue with somebody like face to face, because I'm a coward and I have kids and I could never bring that anywhere near them. But like, this isn't right. When like Pierre gets elected, he should have a job for her, like whether it's like in the Senate or like a journalist position, because this is just crazy.
Well, wait, so you've changed your behavior because of this, but like what behavior? I mean, like, is it just like expressing your opinion and making videos online, or what do you mean when you say you've calmed down?
Well, you have to. I learned very quickly what I thought, because I came from a very normal, working class family. I didn't come from any sort of house of cards, powerful, elite family that's going to know what's going on and how the world totally works. We know the basics of life. Yeah. And I was taught everything that you'd think a kid would need to know, but I definitely went into the world being like, yeah, I can say my opinion. I can just speak freely, free speech. I'm allowed, no matter who I am and what my background is, to start a business, to live my life. And that is just not how it works. We live in a system where if you ruffle the wrong feathers, and those people have a lot more money and a lot more political connections than you're going to have a really bad time. A really bad time. and that doesn't even necessarily matter the politics. Like, if I ruffle the feathers just by being too famous and taking up too much of a slice of the pie within the right-wing circle, that might ruffle feathers in there to get you taken out, especially if you don't have the resources or connections to defend yourself. But definitely most of my experience was criticizing governments, and I spent most of my focus criticizing governments worldwide, and repeatedly found myself being banned from those countries, whether it be the UK, where I went in and I was like,
you're banned from the UK.
I was denied entry from the UK, and I don't know if I would ever be allowed to return, especially considering, I've put in inquiries, and I was arrested under the Terrorism Act, Schedule 7. It's one of the only times you don't have a right to remain silent. Oh, wow. You legally do not have a right to remain silent. And I was 21 years old.
What were you doing? What would cause the British government